Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another edition of Dr. D's Econet. Well, today's episode, I'm not going to be talking anything that pertains to academia. Today's edition is going to be extremely special. Well, the reason being, it is creativity. Now, you would say creativity has different definitions, different perceptions. Very true, no doubt in that. But the very creativity that I'm going to be talking about today is crafting my favorite idol from turmeric and whole wheat flour. Yes, I'm going to be crafting today Ganesha for you. Many people in abroad have written to me that they are unable to find those lovely handcrafted Vinayakas which they can lovingly place in their puja room. Well, Ganesha is a symbol or an epitome of removing all obstacles, and that's the reason why one places Ganesha when he or she starts a venture or buys something which is extremely precious, so that everything happens in a very smooth and prosperous way. So Dr. D's Econet brings to you how Ganesha is molded quickly in no time and with all those things that are readily available at your home. So let's get started. I'm not going to be telling you the ingredients because that is what the mystery is all about. As I make the Ganesha, you would watch the video and see the ingredients unravel. So let's get started. In order to start crafting a Ganesha, the first and foremost ingredient that you require would be organic wheat flour. I always use organic wheat flour because God is the purest form of divinity, and to give utmost respect to that omniscient, we make sure that we use the best quality that is available. So let's just begin with this. So I'm taking about this much of wheat flour. It's an organic whole wheat flour. You could take any wheat flour, but I suggest please go in for organic wheat flour because this does magic to your idol. The measurement of the wheat flour is one spatula, as you see, this much, close to about 4 to 5 tablespoons. You could go in for the 24 Mantra brand because it is really good and it has the authentic certification of the product being organic. In this way, you can avoid products which are although written organic or mentioned organic in the packaging outside, but are actually not organic from within. The organic facet is so very seminal that I thought it once that I need to showcase an entire series on organic foods, because a lot of people, although they've heard of the organic brands and foods, but don't know the benefits that they are currently being deprived of by consuming unorganic products. So this is the wheat flour, whole wheat flour that I've taken. You could take any measurement as per your convenience, depending upon how small or how big you want your idol to be. In this, I will be adding about a teaspoon of turmeric. This is organic turmeric or haldi. So I'm going to be adding this right away, fully, okay? And once I've done that, I'm going to also add some salt. Now I'll tell you the reason why I'm adding salt into it. Right, you can see the salt here. I'm putting the salt here. Okay. Right. Now let us just give a quick mix. You can use your hands. You can get messy, no problem. But I'm just initially mixing it with the spatula. Now the reason why I added salt was because what salt does is, now when you prepare a dough, you need water, right? So you're going to bind this with the help of water. So if you place your Ganesha, after the Ganesha has been molded, you're going to place it in your puja room. So in a day or two, what's going to happen is the Ganesha is slowly going to start having fungi, okay? Or kaleen, which is in Tamil. So you have those green patches. You have those green patches coming in on the bread and stuff. So the same thing comes up even on Ganesha. That is what I've experienced. So what salt does it? When you add salt to the mixture, it tends to keep the moisture off. So it cuts off the moisture and doesn't allow the fungi to grow. So in this way, your idol stays fungi free and stays beautiful and slowly and gradually hardens, and then it looks really pretty. Before I dig into this and start making the dough, it's important that I wear my gloves. If you are comfortable not wearing gloves and working, it's totally fine. It's totally up to you. But I wear because, the turmeric tends to leave a lot of color on your nails and stuff. So I need to avoid that. So in order to eschew it, I'm wearing gloves. I'm all set here wearing my gloves, so let's quickly hop on and make the dough. So I'm just going to quickly use my hands and just mix the ingredients quite well. So now I'm going to be using some water and I'm going to be kneading this into a dough. This is the stage where the finger tends to get that yellow color and I tend to avoid that. So I use gloves whenever I'm kneading the dough. Please do add water little by little so that you know the kind of texture you're looking for and you don't overdo the thing. The reason why I'm saying don't knead your dough into a very soft ball is because when you start making the Ganesha, when you start crafting the Ganesha, what's going to happen is when you start placing the parts together, it will slowly start to either fall backwards or lean forward. We need to avoid that. We need the idol to stand erect. And that's the reason why I tell you to get a texture that is perfect, that's neither too hard nor too soft, right? And in case it becomes too soft, what is important is, or how to rectify is, you can simply add a bit of organic rice flour or organic chickpea flour, which is also called besan. This is how the texture should be. Can you see the texture? It's like this. Yeah, it's not very soft, it's not very hard, it's perfect. If I may say, the dough that you would possibly prepare for puri, that's the kind of dough that you need, okay? Sculpting with the gloves won't give you that lovely output that you're looking for. So I'm going to be taking a small ball that will form the head of Ganesha and just roll it like a laddu, keep it on one side. Similarly, you take a slightly bigger ball that will form the stomach of Ganesha. And I'm sure this way is going to be appealing to a lot of people and they'll really be intrigued to try at least once. So here's another ball that I've created for the stomach, for the belly. Now we would create another ball that will form the legs. Now how I'm going to be making the legs, I'll show you. Now the ball that I need for the legs should be the same as the ball size that you have taken for the head, okay? The ball for the head and for the legs, both are the same, right? Okay, so I'm just going to now, as a lot of us would have experienced working with plasticine in school, it's the same thing. We're just going to, create a pipe kind of a structure with this. This is a Ganesha that would be sitting upright. So like that. The length depends upon you. So here you go. I'm doing it on this side so you guys can see. So one leg is the right leg like this, and the other one is the left, just like this, okay? So you can make it accordingly, right? You can see that. You can even pull it a little more down if you want. Push it a little more in the front, right? So the leg is done. Didn't take much time, did it? Next, the ball that we have prepared for this belly or for the stomach, we're going to just roll it nicely so there are no cracks. And in case cracks develop, you just use a little bit of water, just touch a little bit of water and then roll it, you'll be fine. Then place the belly right here, okay, and just slightly press it, don't press it too much, okay? Right. Now with each step, I'm going to finish the intricate details that go with it. For instance, with the belly, we have the Janayu, which is the punal, and the Nabi, which is the belly button. I'm going to be creating the belly button with an unused matchstick head right here. So I'm just going to poke the center of the stomach. As you can see, this is the center that I'm seeing the camera. Okay, just poke the center and you get the Nabi. Now for the Janayu or the punal, what I use is, there are some threads which are available like this. You can buy those threads. A lot of people have it, which they use to make mahalas at home. Or you could simply use cotton. Just pull out the strand, keep it in between your palms, and just rub it hard, such that you get a thiri or a long cord like this. And put the punal right like this. Now let's move on to the head part. Now this is the most important part here. Always use a little bit of water. Place it, whenever you are placing something, just use a little bit of water and keep it lightly. Don't keep it heavily or don't press it. Don't create that pressure or tension. Or I don't want the Ganesha to be going down because of pressure. So for the trunk, I'm going to take a small ball and I'm going to elongate one side of the ball by making it thinner and maintain the other side by keeping it thicker, right? Something like this. You know how a trunk looks. Accordingly, you can do it. Instead of keeping it straight like this, just give it a slight bend to make it look a little more natural. Put this trunk right here and just attach it to the head. Be very, very soft. If you feel you cannot work like that, you can just work on the head separately, fix everything up on the head and then fix the head here, okay? Just pull the edges like that. Okay, there you go. So it's all been fixed nicely, as you can see. It won't come out, don't worry. We just need to check the proportion, that's all. And we're going to show the nabi a little bit. It's important, right? There you go. That's done. Now let's move on to the ears. Again, for the ears, we need two similar balls. We don't want one ear to be big and one small. Two similar balls, as you can see. You just need to press it like this. That's all. Okay, just press it like this. Similarly, the other one, just press it like that. Okay, fine. And then we're going to place the two ears right here. Okay, so come from the front and let's create the ears and just push them inwards. Okay. Right, there you go. Can you see that, how pretty that looks? Is it difficult? I don't think so. It's difficult, right? Please do comment and let me know whether you guys, when you tried, whether it was difficult or whether it was kind of not that tough as you thought so it would be. Now for the hands, same, two similar sized balls, and you need to make sure that the hands are slimmer than the legs, right? Hand here. Can you see the hands here? This is the laddu wala haath. So this is the laddu wala haath. So you just need to do it a little bit up. And then you just stick this close to the body. Okay? That's all. You need to tilt this a little bit and create Ashirwad wala haath, which is right here. Okay, so when I'm putting this, I make sure that it's right here. This can be a little low because you need to see the laddu. Okay, there you go. So ye ho gaya Ashirwad wala haath. This is the hand that gives the blessings and this holds the laddu. So we're going to create that laddu. Laddu is simple. Ek ball hi hai jo aapko banana hai. So there you go, that's the ball. He's holding it pretty well. Now what we are going to work on next is its tiara or the crown. जैसे कि हम हिंदी में मुकुट कहते हैं. So for that we again take a ball and we are going to prolong that ball. Now once I have elongated this much, I'm going to start rolling it. Right, we're going to roll this. You can either roll it, straight, or you could go a little under like this. See whether how it looks when you fix on the head. So I'm going to keep it right here on its head. It's slightly bigger, but we'll adjust it. That's the beauty of working with all this, it just looks pretty. So I'm going to fix a ball right on top of its head. Just, roll a ball and just fix it right on its head. That's it. Our idol is complete as such. I'm just going to, and if you need to adjust something, you can always do that, not an issue, okay? That's it. Now for the eyes. There are two things that I'm going to be using for the eyes. Now the face, which is a very important part that you need to do it beautifully. So I'm going to just, turn it towards my side because I can't really see like that in place. So I'll tell you what I'm using. I stick to a very simple thing. Either I use a small bindi, black bindi that I have. You can even use a small maroon bindi, or you could use a pepper, or even, it just struck me, mustard. There you go. I'm going to fix the eyes. That's very sweet. Can you see that? So similarly, I'm going to be fixing the other eye. Right. We fixed both the eyes. You can see that it looks pretty. Now let's get on with the decorating of the tiara, which is the mukut. अब मुकुट के लिए सबसे पहले हम बहुत सारी चीज़ें यूज़ कर सकते हैं, बट मैं यहाँ पे यूज़ कर रही हूँ पेपर. Because pepper will be very clear, especially if your idol is a little bigger or medium sized. It's better to use bigger lentils or bigger spices, because then one can see those very clearly, right? So I'm going to start fixing it from here. Just push it in. So you can see it looks like this. Right. For the chandan, I usually use a dal. You can use any dal. You can either use chana dal or you could use arhar or tur dal, whatever you feel like. But just make sure that you use a bigger dal, because that would stand out and that would be very clear on the face. Okay. And now I'm going to be applying bindi. Kumkum काफी मुश्किल होता है काफी लोगों को लगाने के लिए. So instead of kumkum, I'm going to be applying the ready-made sticker bindi. So उसको मैं लगा देती हूँ just यहाँ पे. देख सकते हो? That is all. There's my Ganesha all set. And now you can just simply lift the Ganesha and you can keep it on your puja room the way you like it. Well, now I'm sure that there will be no problems wherever you are, irrespective of the place, irrespective of the destination. You can create your own Vinayaka at your own will and in your own space. As you place the Ganesha in the puja room, just have some roses around Ganesha idol. It'll look exemplary. I have some. I would like to place it right away and show that how it looks. Well, this is all you need. That is how my Ganesha looks. So catch you next in my next edition. Until I meet you next week, yet another edition. Do take care of yourselves.